I am speaking with Impa Kasanganay, the 2023 PFL light heavyweight champion, back in the season again, coming off a successful first fight, and that's probably as good a start as any. What were your thoughts on that first performance? Because you did come away with the 6 points, and it looks like this is going to be an interesting season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to to how the season, shakes out and who we have. Sorry, my dog is here. He wants to say hello.
Hey, buddy.
uh, the my thoughts on it are that it was expected, right? How we look at training and how we look at these fights are the expectation is to dominate from the beginning, finish these fights and move forward. And that should be that's that. I really respect Alex Polizzi. I know he trains with a great group of guys, champions as well in other organizations. Like he's legit. And he's not easy. He came to fight and they say come back with your shield or on it. And he did that. So I know he's not somebody to sleep on, so I really respect him. And I had a rugby coach tell me, Michael Cook, he told us, he said, the best way to beat your opponent is to beat them as badly as they need to be beaten by, or more than that, like beat them as badly as you can be beaten by. And I see how that translates to fighting. Like I respect my opponents, right? So it's like you're on a hunt. You're not going to go play around with your food. You're not going to go play around with like the prize the animal because the animal can kill you too. And if you respect that, and that's what makes the prize so wonderful. And I really respect them and the fact like any opponent that I get, the focus is to kill, the focus is to get the finish, the focus is to dominate early on and get it done. And that's the most respectful way for me to go about it, right? Or you beat somebody to a bloody pulp until the end of the fight and like, okay, like so the respect you have for others is a reflection of respect you have for yourself. And that's what it was. I believe that fight was a fight where I just really, really respected my opponent, respected myself, and I'm gonna do the same thing in June. But that's what it was. And I'm very grateful that we had that moment.
I know you said it was expected when you started that answer. What, from an outside perspective, was not expected was to see everybody get a first round finish. And I'm curious, you're sitting there, you're the main event. All these guys are going before you, and they're getting finish after finish. I mean, what was kind of your reaction? What was going through your head?
I didn't even know they finished them. I'm so locked in. I was like, oh, nice, coach. Because Coach Dieter goes, I don't give a dang. I don't give a F about these guys don't care about the finish. You go fight your fight. And I was like, huh? And then right when I was walking out, I realized, oh, we got the finishes. But I was locked in. I was in my zone. I respect the guys. I mean, it's good. It shows why the division's so elite. But I was looking at it like I have a job to do, and I don't stress it. That's why you get more than one fight in the season. So next fight, go get a first round finish again. Playoffs, get a first round finish. Final, get a first round finish. And that's my focus, and that's like the expectation for myself and the guys that I train with.
Does that ramp up the excitement level a little when you see all those guys finishing and you got a couple of the champions from previous years back and some incoming Bellator talent? Like it just seems like this is the most exciting division in the PFL right now.
Yeah, so the excitement is like you're gonna fight the best of the best. Look, PFL's 205 division is the best in the world. We're currently because the most champions at division, right? Per capita. And I like I love fighting, and that's what excites me. It's like, man, I got to fight the best of the best and take them out, and solidify my spot now and in history. Like that's a cool place to be. We can, if you look at this guy trying to bite me, um, it's um, it's a cool place for me to be. So that's the excitement of it, and like I love those challenges. I love those opponents, like having those adversaries, and that's how I know I'm in the right place to be, right? So, I'm stoked. I'm really stoked. I'm like, finally, it's like we gotta. This is what I've been praying for a long time, and now I'm like, it's coming to fruition. So I'm grateful. PFL's doing a great job. My shout out to those fighters for being champions in their own rights and doing what they've done. And like I'm very very blessed to be in this division.
Well, it was very cool to see, and it obviously is going to build the anticipation for the next round, the second fight of the season. And new opponent here, obviously, Jacob Neto. I think a lot of people were familiar with Alex from Bellator, and he fought Yoel Romero. Jacob has been fighting in PFL Europe, which doesn't really broadcast on a regular basis in North
Right.
America sometimes. But obviously a dangerous guy, 100% finish rate among his wins. What can you say about him as an opponent? What have you seen in his game?
He's an excellent opponent. He's power. He's a good team. He's smart. good athlete, powerful guy. Comes to fight, uh, smart guy, and he takes care of himself. He's disciplined. So I look forward to it. Those are the fights that I won, right? Like, because like when you dominate a fight like that, when you get to the finish, it really separates you, right? You don't like you're not asking for any. Like I say, no quarters asked, no quarters given. Just like I'm here to go show, show the level that I'm on, and show the level that my trainers have built me into. Right now, like I'm not self-made. I didn't do this by myself. Like he's been training with me, I guess, and I'm 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 very blessed that I get this opponent. That's what I say. And I'm looking forward to it, right? And I respect the guys who just come to finish and fight. Like those are the fighters you want. And I'm like, about time.
Well, it's going to be a very good one. Um, and I know it's hard. You don't want to look past your opponent. Obviously, Jacob is the focus right now, but you do have this field full of former champions and new names to the promotion. I think Carl
So
Albrechtsen is jumping on this card as well. Is there somebody among the group of names in the division that you would really like to fight? Not for any bad blood reasons, but just because it would be a cool matchup or a cool name to have on your record?
yeah, well, I want to fight all the champions. I respect them all, but I say Rob Wilkinson, Shoeface, and Sadabu. In that order, in a sense, like that'd be great. I mean, could fight two of those guys in the playoff, would be awesome, right? I respect Josh. Like I like what he's doing. He's gonna be cool. Like that's when you fight somebody twice, right? Really solidify like what I've done and go get the finish. I didn't get the finish last year, so I'll go get the finish this time. But if we fight again. See how he does in this in his bout. But yeah, Rob Wilkinson, and he comes to fight, and I've always been that's always been a fight on my mind. Shoeface, former champion as well, and that's what I would love.
Well, those would be very cool. I think there's probably a pretty good chance well, at least one of those happens in the playoffs the way things are looking, of course. Um, the other thing I wanted to ask, I mean, this season is obviously the focus, but you had the fight against Johnny Eblin, close fight, split decision. We talked about it a little last time,
Mm-hmm.
and this kind of dawned on me recently because we saw Alex Pereira come in at UFC 300, defend his light heavyweight title in the UFC. Obviously, he's a former middleweight champion. Would you consider at some point going over to the Bellator side of things? I don't know if this is possible the way the promotions work, but challenging Eblin for the title there to see if you can also claim, because PFL doesn't have middleweight, right? But if you went to Bellator, maybe it's an option. Is that something that would interest you?
Yeah, it would interest me. I asked if I could do both in the season. I could fight the Bellator at 185 and PFL 205 during the season because the fights are kind of offset in general, and they have like that Super Series Fight Series Champion Fight Series. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely consider it if it's the best option. Like, man, my obligation right now is the season, and I'm gonna go get this title. But I enjoy fighting PFL. And I enjoy working. Like the thing about Bellator is like I don't get to work as much. So like, and I enjoy working. I just want just financially, it's always great. You want better contracts all the time, but really, I'm blessed that I get to work. It's like if it's PFL, you stay in PFL, or you get Bellator and other options. Like I don't know. It's like whoever God tells me I'll go, but I want to fight the best of the best. And then I'm also like, who would you fight in Bellator 85? Really, like it's like it would either be you have who do you have? Johnny, Fabian, Aaron Jeffrey's my best friend, right? Like it's like you just kind of look at it like who else is out there? Maybe go up to light heavyweight and fight Corey Anderson, or then you have Carl Moore. Yeah, just like I think PFL is more exciting. It's more fun. I get to do what I love and solidify myself. If not, I'd like look at other options or is it just depends, right? But things are going well, so I'm not even stressed about that. But I would definitely do both in the season.
It's always nice to have options. If you did do that, what would the back and forth like be with the weight cut? Like, is that doable with the weight cut?
Yeah, because I mean I'm the same weight that I would walk around at 205 or middleweight. I don't really cut weight at all, so it's just like I don't really need a sauna. I would just train and be disciplined and go back to it. I do the body good. It's like a detox.
Well, that is very cool. And this is your second season in the PFL tournament. Um, and I've talked to enough fighters, and it's kind of in the contract that you come back and do the second one. But moving forward, is it more seasons that you want to do? Like, I don't think that anyone's done 3 seasons as a champion. So would that be kind of a goal for you to come back and possibly do 3?
Nobody's done 3 seasons as a champion, huh? That's a cool challenge. I like that.
I hope I'm not missing somebody. Ray Cooper did 2, right?
Oh, yeah, Ricky did too. Yeah, I would do three and maybe show like show you're different. I like that. I like when you can show that you're different. It would either be that or just like we're going this season, the title this season, and you have one more. Then it's like okay, well, done this, and if they don't, it would just depend like what like the deals that I would get. Right, if I get a great deal, awesome. If not, just go somewhere else. Right, and that's what I would look at. Like maybe it's like I don't know, you can say back to the FC, you can say Bellator, you can say whatever the case may be, or just like keep trusting God to see what it could be. But I'm not going to be one of those people who's going to like, stop my life because of anything. So it's just, I want to fight the best of the best. I want to stay active. So I would definitely be very interested in doing a third season and I would love to. It would just depend on like what we talk about with my team.
Gotcha. I'm going to ask you one more before I let you go. And it's kind of a question about motivation because there is the money, there are the titles, the accolades, the legacy, and there's the idea of just being your best self and bettering yourself with each
Mhm.
performance. And I'm kind of curious when I look at your run in the PFL, 4 of those 6 wins coming by finish. I think 3 were first round finishes. So what is the yardstick for you when it comes to your performances? How do you kind of judge your performance as you basically strive to get better and better?
For me, it's like I'm here to be the best to ever do it. And that's what that's what I'm like, I really, really strive to do. I don't want to be anything but the best. I want to fight the best. I want to take out the best, and I want to be the best to ever do it. So that's my standard for myself. Finish every single opponent that I that I fight, that I have an opportunity to fight or go to battle against. Respect them. I think it's the best way for me to respect my opponents to finish them. And my most that's my yardstick. I say, I gotta do my job. I want my parents to be proud of me, and I want to come home and they're like, "You carried yourself well." I bought a gym now, so we training these students in Miami and everyday people who want to train. I want to show that what I do in the cage translates to the training room, and that when you look in the history books and when you have those conversations, you're like, not only is he one of the best, he is the best, and the way he carried himself was this. So doing it differently, but doing it the right way, and that's my yardstick. And I say like my number one thing, MMA is my ministry, so I say like honor God, did my job. If I can really, really show people they're loved and like it's a cool place, but then that cage, you're a killer, and that's coming by finishes. Everything else will come along with it. All first round finishes are my focus. All first round finishes for life are my focus, and I believe with the right skill set, the right ability, and I know I'm capable. Keep making it happen. So I have a high standard for myself. Like people, I say like, man, the standards to be a champion here. Like before being a champion in PFL or any organization, you understand the standard that I have for myself, and that's how I look at it. So my standards, it's really really high, and I don't take what I do as a joke. I love it, but I don't take what I do as a joke at all.
Well, very cool. Congrats on purchasing the gym. Hope that goes very well for you. That's very cool.
So,
And sneaking suspicion, we're going to see some finishes at this card. After that first one, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bunch. But
or
best
shoot.
of luck June 21st against Jacob Neto. Congratulations on the first one. Looking forward to this one. Looking forward to the playoffs. And thanks as always, Impa. You have yourself a great day.
Thanks, man. Good to see you. See you soon.
Good to see you. See you after this one. Take care.